Hey, it's Dan with Lano Equipment. Today we're going to talk about 3-point snowblowers. Specifically, we're talking about snowblowers on the back of subcompact tractors. This snowblower is going to be from your 18 to 30 horsepower tractor. We have it today on a BX 2380, so we have our 23 horsepower tractor. This one today is actually equipped with a 3-point quick hitch also. These are quick hitch compatible, or you don't have to have that on there to use it. PTO driven, and on obviously a cabless unit, we actually have manual chute rotate and a manual deflector on it. These are set up to drive backwards as you're doing snow. Some people don't prefer going backwards doing the snow. One advantage of having this is that when you have your front loader, push down your driveway or pushing out the side, once you get it piled up, you can then back your snowblower in and blow that snow away so we don't have edges working around the sides of our driveway and end up turning into ice as our hot and cold goes through winter time. This is a 51-inch snowblower for cuttings, actually 52 inches overall width on it. It weighs 400 pounds without any accessories on it. The extra accessories you can put on here, we can actually put a hydraulic or electric chute deflect and hydraulic or electric chute rotate. Obviously, if you have a cab unit, probably specifically want to have it on there, but you can also add that on the non-cab units as well. Very easy hookup. We'll show you here in a little bit how easy it is to take on and off. We are PTO driven down to a chain drive. We do have shear pins in there to break off in case we get stuck in stuff. We have bolt-on adjustable side shoes. We also have a bolt-on reversible cutting edge on the inside as well. So obviously makes it good depending if we want to keep up a little bit off our driveway, if we want to get right down to it. Sometimes with a nice fresh driveway of concrete or asphalt, we don't want to get too far and scrape it up. We want to keep it, make it look nice. The nice part about having a PTO drive on it is we have all our power from our tractor. We get our tractor up to our 520 RPMs, we get optimal use out of it. We get our full capacity of throwing the snow as far away as we can, so we don't have to keep it piled up along the house, along our driveways, or any areas we don't want it. Ideally, it's going to be usually for homes, their driveways. Since we're on a subcompact tractor, subcompact tractors are very useful for homeowners or very small properties. The 51-inch snowblower for Kubota and Land Pride is compatible with your Category 1 hitch, which comes on all your compact and your subcompact tractors. Benefits of the 3-point snowblower, obviously off the back, so we can still use our loader or put a pusher up front or an angle blade. Like I said, we can push that into a pile or towards the end and then use our snowblower to back up to do it. If you don't mind backing up the whole driveway, obviously it's nice. The best part about it, it's a lot less money when you do just the 3-point one. So as I said, we actually have this on a subcompact tractor. This will work because obviously we have the Category 1 hitch. Will work on your BX series, your B, your LX, or your L. Obviously, depending on width, we want to make sure we cover that full width of tire to make sure we're taking our whole path out. And if you plan on just doing the whole, put everything in a pile and blowing out, it won't matter if you are a little narrower because we won't have to worry about driving over it. From the back side here, we see this is called a 2-stage. What a 2-stage means is we have our single rotation that obviously is going to grab and cut through the snow, which goes into the second stage, which will actually shoot it up through the chute. As we go up our chute here, we have 2 bolts we can loosen up for our deflect. We go up and down, depending if we want our snow to go way out, or if we're tight against the building, we need to go down to make sure we're not shooting it against windows or our building. Again, tightens up nice and easy. If we come up towards the tractor side here, we have our bar that goes to our rotation, which is a manual rotation. We'll show you a little more when we're sitting on our seat, but very easy to turn, depending which way we're going. So show with the quick hitch how easy it is to take off and put on. Quick hitch is nice. All we have to do is unlock our quick hitch here, which releases our bolts down here to make sure we can lift out of it. Come back over here on this side, and there's actually a nice kickstand here we can release down to put down. So when you take it off, it's going to be sitting there. So next time you come up to get hooked up to it, it's that nice, easy level to try to pick it up off the ground. So after we put that stand down, you have to come to your PTO. It's a very nice, easy detach on here. Everything's then disconnected. We would go down a little bit and we could drive away and be fully away from our snowblower. Going back to it, just basically the opposite of what we just did. We'd go back in, we'd put our PTO back on, we'd take our quick hitch handles, get us locked back in. We'd pick up our stand that held it, and we're good to go again. So as we're sitting here in the operator's seat, you can see how easy it is to grab our rotate back here to go back and forth on there. It's a little back behind, but it's nice because it's out of your way to get on and off your tractor. On most Kubotas, especially obviously the BX here, we have 3 different PTO settings. We want to obviously have it in for our rear, for just our rear PTO to work. We have our on-off switch. We stick her to on, making sure our PTO is at our 540. We're good to go. As we get to the other side of the tractor, it's where we have our 3-point control for up and down. It's our nice main lever here on our right-hand side. Our other 2 levers on the BX are our 4-wheel drive to our 2-wheel drive, and our high, low, and obviously neutral on here. So now we have our machine running. We're gonna get our RPMs up. We're not gonna go to full RPM here just as we're showing you. Just kind of show, obviously our 3-point handle. Snowblower goes up and down very easy. You gotta make sure you have your 3-point adjustment tightened up because this is a heavier piece of equipment. So if you have it loose, it's gonna come slamming down. We go to our left-hand side, we turn our PTO on, it engages, and then we are good to go and get some snow thrown. The common question that is asked is there a shear pin? There technically is under here. Got a little protector here on the back side of our 3-point on our PTO. You pull this pin out, the cover off, your shear pin is right in here. So in case we get debris, something stuck inside that snowblower, that's gonna snap to hold us from breaking our 3-point or put all that pressure onto our PTO, saving our machine and our tractor. If you're new to the 3-point attachment series, a couple other things you're gonna have to take care of when you're getting this set up is your 3-point adjustment. So this is gonna help change your angle of your snowblower up or down. So you'll tell when you have it kind of in the air, you turn this to tighten it up, your snowblower is gonna tip back or gonna tip down depending. You get it where you want to, you got a nut here, you tighten up against it so it's set. We go down to the bars, and now we actually have another one to go left or right to make sure that we are flat hitting the full ground. So you tighten that up. If it gets a little too tight, you can get a wrench on there as well. It's set up for that. And then again, we have another nut on top. It'll go on top, down to it tight, so it's tight. You don't have to worry about anything loosening up. Therefore, then we're set up to make sure we're not digging too far into the ground or not skimming stuff. We're gonna make sure we get all our debris picked up so don't have to keep going over it and over it. Servicing the 3-point snowblower is relatively easy, especially since we don't have all the extra hydraulic chute, rotate, and deflect. There are a couple grease points on the back side here, one next to your chain on your bearing, and same on the other side. You come around the outside, there's one right on the outside here. There's actually a little window underneath on the back side to grease there, and underneath the service box where we have that shear pin. If we come back to the outside here again, there's actually a bolt here. This adjusts your tension of your chain, which you want to make sure you have fairly tight but not too tight so that PTO runs that chain to drive our snowblower. That's a rundown of the Kubota 2789/Land Pride SB 1051 3-point snowblower. Appreciate you guys watching our films. Please subscribe and like the Lano's pages.